These type of questions in which there are big exponents out there, they just look difficult, but in fact they are not. Here, I think you have to observe that any power of 1 equals to nothing but 1. So then this particular thing, here, all of this particular thing, and similarly all of this particular thing equals to just 1. So what we have is just 4 raised to the power 2 minus 3 raised to the power 2 divided by 3 minus 2. Or what we have is 16 minus 9 divided by 1, so equals to 7. So then our option A will be the answer. So if you can solve this, I wanted to solve similar problem to this. And I also want you to write answers in the comment box. Now have a look at this problem. You will be just mesmerized at how so many exponents are there in this question. But in fact, this is also a very simple problem. All you have to know is that anything powered to 0 equals to 1. Once you know this thing, you will see that this particular term, this particular thing, and this particular thing equals to nothing but 1. So what we have is that 4 raised to the power 2 raised to the power 1, which is nothing but 4 raised to the power 2. So similarly, you can write this whole expression as 4 raised to the power 2 minus 3 raised to the power 2 divided by 3 raised to the power 2 minus 2 raised to the power 2, which is nothing but 16 minus 9 divided by 9 minus 4, or what we have is 7 divided by 5. So what's the option? That is C, 1.4 is the answer. So if you're going to solve this, I want you to solve a very similar problem, this one. Questions are very frequently asked in both SAT and ACT. So now let's solve how these kind of exponent problems can be solved. So you're going to see that these are the big powers of 8 and big powers of 16, and we have to find it out what its simplified form. So what we can do is that we can write this 8 as 2 raised to the power 3, and similarly, in the denominator, we can write 2 raised to the power 4. Once you know this, then you can further simplify, and you have is 2 raised to the power 54 divided by 2 raised to the power 48. Further simplify this, and you have is 2 raised to the power, how much? 6. Now this should be our answer. Now when you check it is in the options, you do not have this. And now let's see what's about option C. This option C, in fact, is 8 raised to the power 2, and I can write it as 2 raised to the power 3. All of this raised to the power 2 are simply 2 raised to the power 6. So you see this option C is in fact the right answer. We'll solve another problem. Now have a look at this question. We have been given that the Alex and Gigi has an average score of 20. Similarly, then Gigi and Harold has 30, and the average of Harold and Alex is 28. So what we have been given is that average of, let us say, A and B is 20, B and C is 30, and C and A is 28. So in these type of questions, when the average of now all three is asked, what we have to do is just add these given averages, that is 20 plus 30 plus 28, and how many people are there? 3. So divided it by 3. So then you have is 78 divided by 3, or what we have is, how much it is? It is 26. So then option C should be correct. Now if you can solve this, there is also a very similar problem. You can solve this here. Now these type of questions are very frequently asked in both SAT and ACT. So how do we solve this? First, let's see that this term can be written as 3 raised to the power 1 upon 3. Similarly, this then can be written as 2 raised to the power 1 upon 3. And the other one can be written as 3 raised to the power half. And this one is 4 raised to the power 1 upon 3. This one. So now here you see that this powers 1 upon 3, 1 upon 2 here, we don't understand them very well. So what we're going to do is that we're going to multiply all these exponents with 6. So then this first term will be 3 raised to the power 2. The second will be 2 raised to the power 2. The third term will be 3 raised to the power 3. And the fourth one will be 4 raised to the power 2. Further you solve it and you have is 9, 4, 27 and 16. Now which one of them is least? 4. So then option B should be our right answer. If you're going to solve this, there is also a very similar problem that we can solve.